Board game lore states that there is a primary mechanic and a primary theme to every title, whether we like it or not. Historical wargames, though, have bedded most every mechanic known to man. But deck building? Really? Hello and welcome to Undaunted, Normandy in 5 minutes or less. June 1944. The D-Day landings on the beaches of Normandy are our theatre of war, as Allied forces push deeper into France in order to drive the Germans back. You, as an intrepid and grizzled commander, are the key to history. This is a game that, as the intro told you, heavily features deck building, and with a splash of left field, doesn't always start you with the same deck of cards. No, each mission will give you a different set of battlefield units to draw from, with a separate supply available for you to call on when needed. The rest is deck building 101. Play cards, discard cards, shuffle when you can't draw no more, and so on. But it's the multifunctional cards themselves that act as both the means to steal the initiative every turn, which is important because you do everything before the opponent goes, and using them for their printed available actions, be it moving or attacking with your units, scouting because only certain troops can forge ahead, cycling them, upgrading your deck, and many more. This is all presented on a medium table footprint. The tiled terrain pieces each have their own defences to help when you're being targeted, and it's those opposed check dice rolls that will determine how damage, which is represented by the loss of cards from your deck, is applied. It's all then scenario and objective based across mostly short and medium length games. So why might you like it? Well, not all wargames have to be complex or bloated to convey the strategy and chaos of battle. Complexity can be bolstered by elegance, and the multifunctional cards are that on a stick. You'll also, for example, equal parts respect and curse the way the useless fog of war cards are added to your deck the more you scout the map. One of the number of subtle ways that balance the game and bring realism to the table. You'll also be hard pressed to find a better example of always giving you something to do. So many angles to exploit. Penned in because you can't scout the terrain? Well then draw more cards or bolster and upgrade your deck. Inspire your troops and play a card twice just to unlock the key to what you want to do. All this on some little pieces of card. This is to say that this is a game that drip feeds you its excellence. Sure, the core is there, but the scenarios bring more and more asymmetry and tactical nuance to every game. But it's that ultimate realisation that the deck building wonderfully evokes the ebb and flow of battle, and ultimately ratchets up the tension between when you draw and can't salvage a bad hand, to when you top deck that eureka hand of cards. But why might you not like it? Well, if you're a dice fan and this is the way you want a wargame, the target number dice rolls are a means to an end at best, and just kinda meh feeling. This is a card game through and through. Everything else is incidental. You'll also need to accept that even with all the elegance in the world, there are going to be some things that are going to get thrown overboard, for better or worse, dependent on your perspective. But with no line of sight rules, only so much variety in units, seeing some games devolve to you shoot, I shoot, one of us wins, there will always be some sacrifices made in the pursuit of downsizing. But I'm pleased to say that not only does it retain most of what makes wargames great, it also splashes some innovation on top, and should, even by virtue of just its rule set, have a broad audience. Alas, I have been your host Benji, and this video has ended. Undaunted, not discouraged by difficulty or danger. To be fair, the designers had that in spades too.